you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the Optimistic Network. Today's video is going to be all about my kitchen must-have, and when I talk about my kitchen must-have, I'm talking about things that I keep in my cupboard that I use as ingredients to prepare meals. I'm a person that love to cook. I'm not really big on eating out, and when I cook from scratch because I'm from the Caribbean and that's how we are. So I don't use a lot of canned stuff, and when I say I cook from scratch, I mean if I'm going to make rice and peas, I'm going to boil the peas from scratch. I'm not going to use a can of peas. We're not big on can. I've used it before. I'll boil my peas because I feel like I get a better outcome and my food tastes way better. So I figured I would just jump in and talk about things that I must have in my kitchen. So if you're just moving out on your own and you're not big on cooking because your mom used to cook or your guardian used to cook, so if you're just moving out on your own, I know my niece is kind of moving out on her own, and if you're not big on cooking or you weren't big on cooking and you want to start preparing meals for yourself, because I think women should be able to cook. I think everybody should be able to cook a proper healthy meal to put in your body. So if you're moving out on your own and you are planning that you want to start cooking using your stove and all that and cut back on eating out and just buying groceries, these are some base things that you want to have in your kitchen. And I'm telling you, these are not even spendy things. These are just regular things that you need to have. They're healthy addition. They give taste to your food, and they're great ingredients. But before we get started, if you just came upon this video, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button for more videos. And if you've been riding with me, thank you for coming back, and I'd love you to hit that like button and get active in the comment, as I always say. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first thing I'm gonna have here, the first thing I have here is garlic. And it's gonna be garlic. I have a whole clove of garlic. This is how I buy my garlic. I know you can buy your garlic different ways. People shell them out. People have garlic already crushed in oil, but I get the good old garlic. First of all, it's cheaper, and second of all, it lasts longer, because I've tried to buy that garlic that's already shell off that they have in a bag, and that just don't work for me, because before I get done using the whole bag, it's spoiled. But these are not going nowhere, so I usually stick to these. Yeah, it's a little more work to take the trash off and whatever, but the key to this is if you put this in a glass bottle and cover it up like one of those mason jars, put it in there, cover it up and shake it, you get it pegged and everything. I guess I didn't know that, and I really don't do that. I just peg them off with my hand just because. But garlic is a must-have. Garlic have a lot of health benefits, so go ahead and look up garlic. And for all my friends that are into health and their sexual performance health, garlic is very good for that. People tell you that garlic's good for you, so if you have a cold, beat up some garlic and drink it, probably with a little olive oil or something. But I incorporate garlic in everything that I cook. Not if you're making some regular plain white rice, I won't put garlic in there, but if I'm making like rice and peas, I'll use the garlic to boil my peas, and I use a lot of garlic. If I'm doing a meat, if I'm cooking 2 pounds of meat, I probably will use a half of this whole clove of garlic. So I cook with garlic a lot. So when people say garlic is good for your health, it doesn't just mean when you get sick go eat some garlic. It just means to incorporate garlic in your ingredients every day. So every time you cook, make sure you use garlic. Garlic is great in tasting, and it's not overwhelming, so you can use as much garlic as you want and it won't be overwhelming. So I use garlic in everything that I can. So obviously not in like porridge, obviously not in, you know, like if I'm scrambling some eggs or if I'm boiling some eggs, not so. But if I'm cooking any meat at all, I've never cooked any meat at all without garlic. So garlic is high on my must-have list. And remember, if you're into sexual performance, garlic is good for that. And again, your health, garlic is great for your health. I don't even get the cold so much because garlic is just so good. Also, you can mix the garlic with a little honey, which is also on my must-have list. Honey, I do run out of honey sometimes. I get this jar. I do not like this jar. I prefer the bottle because this jar get really messy. It have this little thing in here that you slide back and slide forward, and it get really messy and run down, so I have to wash it off every time I use it. I wipe it off, otherwise I'll get a mess up in the cupboard. I really don't like this bottle, so I won't buy this bottle again. But honey is one thing to keep in your cupboard because honey is really good for you. Honey is good for your health. Again, do your research. Go ahead and Google or do your research on the benefits of honey. Honey is really good for you as long as it's in moderation. And I try to get 100% natural natural honey. Make sure you get 100% natural unfiltered honey. There is nothing supposed to be in your honey's ingredient but honey. So that's what I get. And honey can be a little spendy, but a bottle can last you a long time. The next thing on my kitchen must-have list is these pimento. I brought them from Jamaica a long time ago. We just keep them in the bag same way, and the bag kind of look a little dusty because that's how pimento do. But like pimentos are these. Some people call them peppercorn seeds, but I feel like peppercorn seeds are a little different from pimento. From where I'm from, they smell different, they look different, but pimento is great for taste, and it's a kind of a herb. It's a great herb. You don't have to use them whole. Sometimes I use them whole. Sometimes I'll use this thing here and I'll drop them in there, and I'll just do this with them to get them a little crushed and add to my meat. I'll add them to soup whole. I'll add them to a lot of things. So peppercorn seed is one of my kitchen must-have. So, and usually they serve long because you don't need more than 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 in whatever you're cooking, depending on the amount. So they'll serve long sometimes. Another thing on my must-have in my kitchen list is vanilla. I do a lot of mixing up. Like I'll mix up like some healthy stuff, like I'll do almond milk mixed with chia seed mixed with coconut flakes. So I do a lot of mixing. I make peanut porridge, plantain porridge. I'll just make things. So, and this is just vanilla extract, and it's really good. Vanilla is really good to add taste to whatever you make. Any little drink, any little mix of overnight oats in the morning, vanilla is great for that. And vanilla extract also have great health benefit. Again, look it up. If I start to tell you all the health benefits in all these things, it's gonna take forever. So go ahead and look up the health benefit in whatever I'm telling you that I have in my kitchen, if you would like to incorporate them in your kitchen. If you want me to do a video on the health benefits of all these things, go ahead and get active in the comment box. Again, as I talk about, I mix chia seed with vanilla, soak it overnight to make like a chia pudding or something. It's really filled with protein, very healthy for your health wise, very healthy for your sexual performance health. Chia seed is one of them. Chia seed is very good. This 1 spoon of chia seed can be a protein for the day, and it's gluten free. So it has a lot of health and nutritious benefits in chia seed. And chia seed can get a little spendy. Like this bottle I paid like $8, $9 for it, but guess what, this is gonna last me for over a year, because all you need, depending on what you're doing, you probably just need this little spoon that comes in it. I usually just use one, depending on what I'm doing. I'll usually just use one. It says a measurement, a teaspoon and a tablespoon, so this is a tablespoon. And I usually just use like one of this with chia seed for my depending on what I'm doing. If I'm making a chia pudding, I'll use 2 or 3, but apart from that, I'll usually just use 1 scoop of this. I add this to my porridge, I add this to overnight oats. I just make this by itself with milk and coconut flakes. So, and chia seed, again, I say have a lot of great health benefits. But like I said, when I say things have great health benefit, it doesn't mean that you're gonna just go get a little packet of chia seed and you're gonna just use it one time and you're gonna see this great result. No, you're gonna get a bottle of chia seed and you're gonna incorporate it different ways in the things that you eat. That's how you get health benefit from every food. You don't just go eat one food one time and say you expect it to heal you or you expect it to make you healthy. No, nutrition is continuous. So basically supporting your system is continuous. To maintain a healthy system is continuous. You can just eat healthy once a week and think you're gonna be healthy. You just have to incorporate these things every day find a way to incorporate them in what you eat every day or every other day, or at least 4 or 5 times a week. And that's how these things work out for you as health. So don't just think you're gonna just use it one time and say, oh, I didn't see no benefit from it, oh, I didn't feel healthy, oh, I didn't perform properly, oh, I don't see any improvement. It's over time. Everything is over time. Things takes time. Time is the master of everything. So that's why I say incorporate them, have them in your kitchen so you use them a lot. Another thing that I use a lot, I can't live without always in my kitchen, is my olive oil. I kind of go for the Great Valley organic one because it's a cheaper one, but actually it's just extra virgin olive oil, first cold pressed, and all that's supposed to be in your olive oil is virgin olive oil. It's not supposed to have nothing else. So that's what I have, no salt, no nothing. So if I want to make a mixture with this to put on my face or to put in my hair, or for some skin skin use, I can use it, and then I can also cook with it. So I love having olive oil. A little goes a long way, and I buy this big bottle and it lasts me a long time, because olive oil can get a little spendy, but these are things that you can just take your time with, and a little goes a long way, and you don't have to buy them so much. Another thing that I always have is another organic extra virgin olive oil spray. You can spray this on your salad, you can spray this to do your egg, you can spray this to do whatever you want to do, scrambling some egg, frying some egg, if you're making a salad, anything. I just kind of spray this. Even if I'm like baking something and you want to grease the pan, you spray a little of this, and like that. This little one is $3 something, probably with tax. It's said for salads and pasta drizzling, but I use it for everything. I even use it for cooking. So it kind of goes a long way too, depending on how often you use it. So this is one thing that is my must have, because olive oil is really good for you. Again, look up the health benefit of olive oil. One more thing that I want to talk about as my must-have, because I tell you about chia seed, and oatmeal is in my must-have too. I didn't have no oatmeal right here. No, I don't have oatmeal right here, but it's one of my must-have. So what I usually do with this, I put a little oatmeal in a cup, a little almond milk, and then I use a little coconut flakes. And this is the unsweetened one, unsweetened coconut flakes, and this is the organic great value one. It's kind of just like you grate the coconut and you use the trash, but this, some of them you have with sugar. You don't want the added sugar one, you want the regular one. It looks like this. Or you can add it if you're baking, add it to something. You can add it as a topping to a pudding. If you make, like, if you're eating like some yogurt, you can add it as topping. You make your overnight oats with your chia seed and a little almond milk, chia seed, a little vanilla, a little cinnamon. You just add that to it. And that brings me to cinnamon. Cinnamon has great health benefit. Again, I'm gonna say look it up. Cinnamon has great health benefit. So when I make my overnight oats, or if I just like soak some oats, sometimes I don't leave it overnight, but I soak it in the fridge, and it's like real filling and real nice. And I soak it with some, I add a little milk, add a little almond milk, add some chia seed, add some oats, add some vanilla, add some ground cinnamon. And it tastes really good. Again, as refreshing. You can add a little honey if you're into honey. You can add a little condensed milk, which is not so healthy because it's sweet, but that's what I do. I like condensed milk, so I'll add a little condensed milk sometimes, not all the times. But that's another thing with great health benefit. If you don't have ground cinnamon, you should incorporate ground cinnamon in your kitchen must-have. Another thing that I have here is milk. This is the only milk I drink now. I have it with cereal. I use it to make shakes. I use it to make smoothie. I use it to make everything. It's 0 grams of sugar, so there's no sugar in this. So even if you're doing a keto diet, you can still use this, because this just have 1 gram of carb. So this is a very good healthy milk. And I buy the silk one. They have different ones. They have with like 80 calories. I just get the regular one with 30 calories. I like that one. And I use it for my cereal. If I'm gonna drink cereal, this is unsweetened too. So this is the unsweetened one. This is the unsweetened, and it's the vanilla flavor. I get the vanilla flavor because it's not so bland. It can taste like it has vanilla flavor. I get the vanilla flavor because it has vanilla flavor. It's not so bland. The other one is bland. Sometimes I make mistake and get the other one if I'm not paying attention, but I really prefer this. I use it with my oatmeal. I use it in porridge. I use it to make smoothie. I use it to just drink a cup of milk. I use it to just blend the stuff. I use it for everything. So that's another kitchen must-have, because almond is good for you and almond milk is good for you. But also you can make your own almond milk. You can YouTube how to make your own almond milk, because probably that's the best. You soak your almond. I know you soak your almond and something, and then I've never made it, but I know you can make your own almond milk because people do it. Another must-have in my kitchen, if you watch my cooking video that I called In the Kitchen, and I'm kind of trying to change the name of that now, because I didn't know that so many people have cooking video called In the Kitchen. I realized that I'm not the only one calling my cooking In the Kitchen. And to be honest with you, when I gave my cooking channel that name, I never saw anyone with it. I never heard it before, but apparently a lot of people on YouTube has that name already, In the Kitchen. I'm trying to call mine The Optimistic Kitchen. If you notice, I said that in my last video. I didn't say In the Kitchen. So I'm trying to kind of change the name to something unique that is just for me, something that just I use, because I'm not trying to steal anything from nobody, steal any content or nothing. I create my own content. If you notice, my channel is a network, so it's open to anything. I'll do anything. I'll talk about things. I'll cook. I'll do makeup. I'll do anything, because I have an open channel. But one thing that I love. If you watch my cooking videos, I always use Creole seasoning. Right now, this is what I use. I do not use no salt. It's the Tony Casher original Creole seasoning. This is good in everything. I use it to season my meat. I don't use salt. If I make soup, if I make egg, scrambled egg, I'll sprinkle a little on it. Whatever I'm cooking, this is what I use. So kind of this is like my salt substitute. This is the only salt that I cook with because it gets pretty salty. So if you're using this, you don't need salt. If you're using this, your other seasoning probably shouldn't have salt because this is really salt. I'm gonna be honest with you. And too much salt is really not good for you, right? This have 340 milligrams of sodium. 15% of this is sodium, and that's really a lot of sodium because you want to stay away from too much salt, especially if you're African American, because African Americans stand a higher chance of high blood pressure. So this is the only salt thing that I use. But apart from that, everybody know, if you watch my videos, always whatever I'm cooking, it's always my Miss Dash. I use the table blend, I use the onion herb, I use the garlic herb, I use the original. I kind of use all the Miss Dash seasoning. So these are all my salt-free seasonings. So when I'm cooking, these are what I cook with, and the only thing with salt is this. So I combine these with this for good, great tasting meals. So these are some of the things that you need. Think about if all the seasons that I was using have salt, and then I'm still using this, and then you're still eating salt in processed food. That's a lot of salt. So I kind of, because I know how salty this is, I kind of go easy on this and just use the no salt one. So my food is never too salty. I don't get too salty food. So if you're gonna try this out, start easy, you know, gradually. Like you add a little first, then you taste your whatever you're cooking, and you add a little more, and then you taste, because you know what tastes work for you. You know what too much salt is for you. Another thing, I'm a Caribbean girl, I say that all the time, and when I cook spicy. So if you just pop up on me to get some food, it's gonna be spicy. And when I'm talking about spicy, I'm not talking about these seasonings that I just show you. I'm talking about hot spicy, pepper spicy, scotch bonnet pepper spicy, and those are the things that I would love to get, like real regular scotch bonnet pepper, but I can't get those out here. I don't get scotch bonnet pepper, but if I go to Jamaica, I'll bring some back. I'll substitute crushed red pepper for my scotch bonnet pepper, and sometimes I'll mix it with jalapeno. So crushed red pepper mixed with jalapeno give me a good kick of spice that the scotch bonnet pepper that I'm used to from Jamaica would give me. The only thing is the scotch bonnet pepper have real flavor, and this don't have flavor, so all it's gonna give you is heat. So if you pop up at my house and I'm cooking and you want some, it's probably gonna be too spicy for you. If I know that you're coming, I'll cook with less spice, less hotness, you know, less pepper. But if I'm cooking for myself, it has a lot of spice in it, and I like spicy food. I love spicy food, so I cook with a lot of pepper. If I buy fast food and carry home, I'm gonna put some of this pepper on it. I put pepper on everything. So I love my spice, I love my pepper, I love heat. So that is something that I must have in my kitchen. And let me tell you this too, sometimes I have one in my bag. So when I go places, because they never have hot spicy food, they say, oh, it's spicy, and you ask for the spicy. I'm like, where's the spice? Where's the spice? Where's the spice? So I always have one of that in my bag. So that's how much I eat crushed pepper, or that's how much I like pepper. It's not necessarily that I love the crushed pepper, but that's one that I can get the heat from without worrying about getting scotch bonnet pepper, which I can hardly get here. Another thing my must have is called this Maggi chicken noodle. Maggi chicken noodle. We're used to this from home, from in Jamaica. I'm used to this. Every Jamaican knows about Maggi chicken noodle or Grace cock soup, and I was never able to find that here or no anywhere here. And until one time I found some Grace cock soup on Amazon. I bought some. It wasn't expensive. I bought like a whole pack of like 12. But then I started finding this in Walmart, in the Hispanic side of Walmart. So if you're in a state that you're not getting Caribbean food and you're used to Maggi and chicken noodle, try Walmart Hispanic side. They have Maggi chicken noodle. And I use this for soup. I use this to steam fish. I use this to boil corn. corn. You just put your corn in the pot and add some of this to it and season your pot with some of these seasoning, and then you can drink the water from your boiled corn. So it's like a corn soup without food. This is one other thing I can't live without. I found it, I cannot live without it. I've lived without it for years, and I just found this a couple months ago in Walmart, and now I can't live without it. I have a lot. Whenever I go to Walmart and I walk past that aisles, I pick up some just to top up, just so if they don't have none, I have enough for me and also for my mom, because she liked this too. I told her about this because she's used to noodle to cook in her soup and all that, and for the longest time we've been cooking soup without noodles. So now we find Maggie chicken noodle. Now we're reunited and it feels so good. Mwah. But yeah, Maggie chicken noodle. If you're from the Caribbean, we use a lot of coconut milk, but how it used to be, we used to have a grater, a regular grater. I'm gonna insert a picture of a grater in case you don't know what a grater is. We didn't have blender, we had grater, and we grate the whole coconut from start and squeeze the juice out, and that's how we would cook. But now they have coconut in powder, they have coconut in can, and this is one thing that's always in my cupboard: coconut milk. Because if I feel like eating some rice but I don't want like just a regular bland white rice, I can make a seasoned rice with some coconut milk real quick. I can also make seasoned rice without coconut milk, but coconut milk just add a taste to it, everything. I can coconut run down some fish. I use this for rice and peas. I can use this for porridge. I can use this to blend up a juice. I can use this to make a smoothie. I can use this to make a kind of drink, alcoholic beverage drink. So many things I can use coconut milk for. So coconut milk is always one thing that's in my cupboard if I want a different taste. I don't want just some regular boiled rice. I don't want just some regular porridge. I want to go the whole 9 yards and add coconut milk to everything. Another thing I have back there, I'm not gonna lift it up because I don't want to spill them, because I have like egg fingers or egg. I always have egg. I try to always have egg. Egg is real, and coconut milk is real healthy, but egg is really healthy. It's a great source of protein, so I always have eggs in my fridge. If I don't have nothing, sometimes I run out of grocery, there's eggs. I boil egg. If I feel like eating 2 boiled egg, I boil 2 egg. Probably I'll boil 2 egg right now because I'm hungry. So I'll probably boil 2 eggs right now. But egg is another thing. I went through my cupboard and I picked out all my must-have, all the things that I must have in my kitchen, that I always have in my kitchen. I went through my cupboard and I picked them out. I also always have onion, but I can cook without onion some things, but I love onion too. Scallion, like tomato, Roma tomato, to cut them up and cook with. I always have those, but these are things that I just always have in my cupboard. If you come to my house, these things are always going to be in my cupboard, because as soon as they get too low, I'll replace them, because these are my kitchen must-have. Monday, if you notice, I have a trend that I'm following. I'm dropping videos Mondays and Thursdays. I didn't want to say anything because sometimes, like this week, I didn't get to drop it on Monday. I want to commit to nothing, and then Mondays my video's not dropping and I'm slacking off. People think she's a joke, she's not committed. So I didn't want to do that, but yeah, that's what I've been trying to do, dropping video every Monday and Thursday, and I've been doing pretty good if you notice. But I just didn't get to drop my video Monday because it's been a crazy long weekend. I was not home. I was trying to film while I was away, but I didn't have daylight, I didn't have camera stand or nothing. So I just said, let me film Tuesday. It's one time, because I really didn't promise any video, but that's what I've been trying to do, Monday and Thursday. I'm trying to be consistent, because if you remember at the start of the year, one of my goals was to be consistent in the things that I do, and I'm trying to do that. So yes guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and get active in the comment. I hope you had a great Labor Day, and I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.